Hello again, everyone. AuldDragon here. Welcome to the channel update for June. It is, of course, June 1st. When else would I be making a channel update? And last month we had some fairly eventful things happen. Of course, Stellaris came out. Big seller for Paradox, it looks like. And it's doing pretty well for me. 828 views in the first 3 weeks. That's pretty impressive. Getting tons of comments, lots of views on the videos. I think it's going extremely well. I'm having lots of fun with the game. I think it's a very, very enjoyable game. Fantastic visuals, excellent music. I was especially pleased the other day getting the Shattered Planet, finding it in the system, and I was talking during the video of, oh, I hope I get this as the thumbnail, and boom, I got it as a thumbnail. One of the few times when YouTube has actually chosen a good screen for a thumbnail. One of these days I may get not lazy and make some thumbnails myself for games, but that requires me to not be lazy. Of course, we've got Stardew Valley going strong. For those who are still not sure when exactly I stream, I do stream over on Hitbox. Hitbox.tv/AuldDragon. And I stream Mondays at about 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I have about a 30-minute, pre-game intro with music playing so that the, emails can go out and people can, filter in and join the chat and be there when the game actually starts rather than coming in later. And I normally go until about 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That's like GMT minus 5, I believe. Might be a little bit different with daylight savings time. I'm not really sure, but anyway, basically, if you want to make sure you're getting alerted. Follow me on Hitbox. You'll get the email, and you should get the email before I actually start playing the game. So, that's the key. I also post on Facebook and Twitter beforehand, so you can follow me there as well to get those not notifications, but they'll pop up in your feed, kind of thing. Obviously, the best thing really is to follow me on Hitbox. I don't post videos every single time because at this point, I'm doing it same time, same day, week after week. And let's go back and look at this earlier statement I made about being lazy. I don't really want to, make a 15-second video, upload it, title it, describe it, and post it. Because lazy. But if anything changes, like when Stellaris came out, I shifted things around a little bit and I posted the video. I will do that. So if you're not seeing, if you don't see a video saying that something has changed, assume that it's going forward as normal. About the only thing that might change it is a last-minute thing, and then Facebook and Twitter are going to be the places to go for that. Other things that went on, obviously, at the very beginning of last month, finished up Suikoden 5 and Icewind Dale, and then about 2 weeks later, the Conclave DLC, Crusader Kings 2 Let's Play finished up, where we discovered that you can't get out of Iron Man mode. That was fun. Probably not going to be doing Iron Man mode again after that. Obviously, during the month, we had a quick Let's Play of Dragon Quest 1. Lots of fun. I had way more fun than I expected with that. In part because of the zaniness that it just lent, that the game lent, and the fan translation lent to the Let's Play with. Opening up all the treasure chests and being able to go, what? All the time. It was fun. Of course, Banner Saga 2 also ended. Another game, speaking of games with great visuals and music, that's a game that is just stunningly gorgeous, I think. I do wish that you could turn off the effective Iron Man mode. I mean, I understand that there's an element of game designers wanting you to play the game the way that they want you to play the game, but I find Iron Man mode generally not fun. In most games that I've played that have an Iron Man mode, I find it not fun. I like being able to, try things out, and if they don't work, roll back and try something new. And Banner Saga 2 does not, neither Banner Saga 1, of course, does not lend itself to that at all. And that's really my biggest complaint. My other complaint is with the combat system, and that's basically just because I don't think I'm very good at it. Obviously, if I spent more time with it, if I, got the... They have a... I don't remember what it's called, but there's a game you can buy that's just the combat system, and you can, level up the different classes and stuff like that. I could probably practice and get better, but, that's kind of neither here nor there. Otherwise, we also have started fairly recently King's Quest VI and Xenosaga Episode 3. Both of those are going quite well. Having lots of fun with those. I know a lot of people were excited for Xenosaga Episode 3, the finale of the Xenosaga series, and I'm excited for it. It's one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games, and it is, I have lots of praise for that game. I am looking forward to the reactions from you guys when we hit the end. That's gonna be fun for me. I know it's coming. Not all of you do. So I'm excited to see what people's reactions are gonna be. Let's see what else. Not a whole lot else to talk about in that vein. It pretty much covers all of the Let's Play stuff. Over on the analytics page, you can see that Episode 1 of Stellaris doing pretty well on watch time. That's where Terror from the Deep was back when we were getting the surge from XCOM 2. Terror from the Deep, now down here. And this is probably one of the first times that this has been displaced as, I think it may have been displaced once or twice as the top video, but I don't think it's ever been displaced as, the second video. So this is pretty impressive right there. Dragon Quest 1 came pretty close to it, right there alone. So that's also pretty impressive. Terror from the Deep, not many people are hanging around for the whole thing, but it's kind of the... how to put it? It's like the search driver. In terms of search traffic, that's what gets most of the search traffic, or at least more than anything else. There's a few other games that are also getting quite a bit, but that's really the number one thing. Speaking of Stellaris, there is the Stellaris stream. I put it as 01 because there's a possibility that we'll go back to it. Nothing confirmed. But the Spore Cloud of Mushboom, whole whopping 7.5 hours of Stellaris all in one video. It took days to process. I'm not kidding. It was like uploading, and I just had that page open, just, waiting. Okay, you've been sitting at 95% now for 2 days now. When are you going to actually get over to that 100% kind of thing? That's why it took a few days to actually go live. More than a few days. I think it took almost a week. I think it went live the Saturday afterwards or something like that. It took a while to process. But, hey, if you want 7.5 hours of Spore Cloud of Mushboomy goodness, there you go. Let's see. Of course, since it is a new month, we have a new Dungeons & Dragons deity write-up. This time it is Faluzure the Night Dragon. definitely one of the more, I would say, anticipated of the deities that I've been working on. Being an undead energy draining patron, always a good foil for PCs and stuff like that. So, can't go wrong with deities of undeath, essentially. So if you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons stuff, head on over to my blog, which, I've got the link right there, and check it out. I've got the whole description is in the post, and you can download a PDF of it right there. Incidentally, the reason why I zip them up is because if I link to just the PDF, then Google search indexes the PDF. And if you search for this stuff, it goes to the PDF rather than this page. And that's one reason why this is all inline as well. So, if anyone's wondering, I just figured that was easier. Let's see. I don't think there's a whole lot else to talk about in that vein. We've got our Patreon page, of course. We're at 8 patrons, $63 per month. It's pretty good. We're, not quite 2/3 of the way to the $100 goal. Depending on how that goes when we hit that, that may become a recurring thing, where I'll just, a few times a year, all the patrons can submit titles, and then we'll have a poll based on it to see what I play next, kind of thing. There's also, the individual rewards. This is kind of a channel reward. This the idea is that this kind of thing goes out to everyone. One thing that I was thinking of for a higher level reward goal was getting to PlayStation 4. They're remaking Final Fantasy VII, so when I get around to that, I'm going through all the Final Fantasy games, so when I get to that, might want to play that rather than the original, which I will say is the most disappointing game of my entire life. The best thing I can say about it is that it got me to buy a PlayStation. But I don't know, so, if you guys have ideas of something that's kind of like channel-oriented rather than individual patron related, toss me a message. Let me know, and maybe that'll be the next goal. I don't really know what else to put there. I know some other people have done at a certain goal they'll start doing reviews. I'm not good at reviews. Really not good at reviews. So that's probably not a good reward. But for the individual rewards, of course, we've got the $1 per month pledge. And that is thanks during the monthly update video, which we'll be getting to shortly. And priority naming in things like the current Stellaris. Obviously, there's so much that's available to be named in that game that most commenters have been able to get stuff, but patrons will get a scientist or leader, depending on what's available, named after them. There's a very small pool for that, so when I say priority naming, if a patron wants a name, they're going to get it for a leader. Same thing with a whole system. I kind of want system-related, thematic naming for a whole system from patrons. And we've got a few of those already. Any other patrons out there who haven't given me that or have another idea, just send it to me. In fact, if there's a specific system that you've seen in the Let's Play, it's like, the Viscaran's Maw, for example. If you want me to rename that one as a patron, send me a message. I'll take care of it. So that's what I'm getting at. If there is a specific system that you've really taken a shine to, let me know. You can have the names. That's the priority naming reward. At the $5 level, voting nomination on upcoming Let's Plays, especially Crusader Kings 2 campaigns. Probably, depending on when Paradox finishes their next DLC for it, unless we get a release date, whenever I get to the end of the current Stellaris Let's Play, I'll probably be going back to another Crusader Kings 2 campaign, and doing something with that. Unless, of course, like I was saying, the next DLC is announced and comes out before I finish. I'm still kind of guessing that the next one is going to be adding China and Japan. I don't have any insider knowledge or anything like that, but there were a couple things that led me to that, and there are definitely a couple comments that I've seen that sounds like Paradox wants to add that stuff. So what I would probably end up doing is, the nomination would be, or the voting would be here's what we've got as the potential campaigns. With the new area, if they add China and Japan, it would be like, who do you want me to play as, China or Japan, or one of another country that's going to be in there, and then patrons will get to vote on that kind of thing. So that's kind of thing that I'm thinking of with this reward level. And remember, these rewards are, it's like when you support NPR or PBS and you get a tote bag, at the $30 level or something like that. Obviously, the tote bags are not actually $30. It's their thanks for doing that. You get a little something as thank you from the person that you're supporting. That's what these are. This is my way of thanking you for this. It's not that you're purchasing something from me. It really is a thank you. Because I am very thankful, and I want to do something, for you guys as thanks when you support me. So that's really the idea behind this. And I do want to point out that specifically at this $1 level, I do have ads turned on. For those of you who don't have, who aren't using ad blocker, this $1 is more than I'd be getting from any ads that you play through and click on or anything like that. So if you want to turn on ad blocker but you still want to support me, this is the best way to do it. $1 a month, $12 a year, it's not that much. Unless of course you're also unemployed like me. But that's kind of what I'm shooting for some of these is, a little bit goes a long way kind of thing. If dozens of people gave $1 a month, that adds up quite a bit. So I want people to not think that, $1 doesn't really make a difference. It does. It really does. And I am very, very grateful. At the $10 level, obviously you get all the previous rewards, and we can play Crusader Kings 2, or at this point Stellaris, or if there's another multiplayer game that you can think of and you want to suggest, that's okay too. But Crusader Kings 2 and of course now Stellaris, they're the things that I'm going to say absolutely yes, sure, let's do it. Other things I may go, I'm not really into that. At the $20 level, this is what we had for Front Mission 3. This is so if you're not exactly sure what actually comes out of this, go look at Front Mission 3. That's what you get. That's the reward. At least 2 hours of a game of your choice. And it's a good way to get me out of my comfort zone. There was a joke a while back during one of these Stardew Valley streams when I was being really horrible at the little action game inside of it. Of people joking that, choosing action games as the patron reward just to make me suffer. Just to see me fail at a game. that's certainly a possibility. And hey, I may not fail, and I may continue playing it. You know, it may be something that's like, I wasn't expecting to have as much fun as I am, kind of thing. So, again, it is a way to get me out of my comfort zone if that's what you want. The $30 level is essentially just more playtime. $50 level, again, more playtime. Basically, I'll finish it at that level. At the $100 level, this is the, this is a shoot the moon kind of thing. This is just here more as a joke than anything else. But it's also here in case someone really does want, a custom reward. I've got Master Grade Gundam kits. I could dig one out. I haven't built them. They're unopened, that kind of thing. You can have one. You can have more than one, maybe. We'll see. Animate DVDs, custom AD&D material. I have ample supplies of Lego. I could build you something, a custom thing. You want a small Gundam ship? Complicated stuff like a Gundam itself would be a little bit more difficult, but I could definitely do, ships, figures, that sort of thing. You want the characters in one of my Let's Plays in Lego form? Sure. I've got old games laying around that I'd be more than happy to give as a reward. And something else that I haven't even thought of. This is the, like I said, the shoot the moon kind of thing. Mostly as a joke. But it's in there in case someone decides that they really, really do feel that I'm worth that. But again, I don't want anyone to think that, they're $1 is awesome. There's no reason to feel bad. I'm only giving you $1. I feel bad. No. This is still fantastic. Anyway, that's about it for the update. So at this point, I would like to thank all of you viewers and, of course, my patrons: James Bantz, Thomas Legendy, Grigory Krasikov, Laris Magpie, Remy Engler, Games with Alara, and, of course, Zappa Slave, who brought us all Front Mission 3. Thank you all. I really do appreciate your patronage. I really appreciate everyone's views, comments, likes. I love... we're getting conversations in some of the videos, in the comment sections, back and forth. Jokes. I love jokes. You got a joke, timestamp it, put it in there. A funny one-liner that I didn't think of at a scene. Post it. I love those. They're great. I read them all. I don't reply to everything, but I do read everything. So please, comment away, especially on the first episode of a series. Get those likes in. It helps with the search results. I noticed a big difference in Banner Saga 2 when I specifically asked for that at the update last month. There was a big bump in likes, and I really, really do want to thank you guys who went back and did that. That's excellent. If you're going back and you're watching some of these older things, please do put a like, at least on the first episode, because that really does help get them to show up more in the search results. And that helps me get new viewers, gets the channel growing, gets more people to talk to as well. So I just want to encourage you guys to do that. Anyway, thank you all, and let's have some fun with the Let's Plays in June. See you in the next video, everyone.